Hi all, welcome to another fly time video with me, Dave Downey. It's brought to you by Fly Fishing World, where quality is all that matters. So, I've not been on for a wee while and I want to do some flies for you guys. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little pink shrimp, which is really easy to tie and it's good for the rivers. It's not complicated, so it's not going to be very hard for you to do it. So let's get started. So the first one I'm doing, I've got an advice to start with. I've got a fooling mill. So I've got a check nymph, size 10, 12s, 14, 16s, whatever you want to do it with. So that's the hook that I'm using, but use your own personal preferences of hooks. For the thread, I'm using UTC 70, so it's basically Fl.Pink. For the rib, any piece of nylon, I'm just using the Eternum stuff, but any bit of nylon will do. For the body, we are using some of my mini Frazzle frits. This stuff's great. Been selling it for years, as you can see by the email address on it. EU, lost that ages ago thanks to Brexit. For a shellback, you can go shiny. So there's a shiny one there, which is a Hends. It's nice and shiny. It's got a pearly bit on it, but I'm going to go with the Siman, which is like a more of a matte. So we're going to do that. So to start with, we'll just run some thread down the hook shank. I hope you've all had a good holiday and you managed to survive the storms. I actually thought I was going to lose the roof in the house at one point, thanks to the solar panels. So what I've done here is, obviously I've got some lead as well. This is Veniards fine lead wire. So I put a run of thread down there because I don't want the lead wire slipping, and to be quite honest, I'm not really into super gluing it and doing all that because it takes too long. I like to get flies that don't take that long to tie, because at the end of the day, half the time you lose them on the bottom of the river. So that's us put the lead in. The next thing to put in is our piece of nylon. So just run the thread back up the shank, catch it in. Doesn't need to be fancy, just get it caught in there, get some wraps on there just to catch it in. Then we'll go back up again, because the next part that's going in is a shellback. Okay, then we want to get some shellback. Now as I says, I've got the shiny one and I've got this dull one, but you can also use what I've been using as well as this. It's basically nymph skin, Fl.Pink. It works as well. Well, is it Fl.Pink? Electric blush it's called. So yeah. But you'll be able to see we've got a dull side, and then if you turn it round there's a shiny side. So I'll tie it with both. We'll go for the shiny side today, but I will, when I'm tying these flies, I'll tie so many with the dull and so many with the shiny, because it's kind of weird. Sometimes the fish like it that way. Now there's no dubbing involved in this pattern. You could put some dubbing on it if you want, but I'm not going to use any dubbing today. Right, so we're going to get our mini Frazzle, and if you look at it, it's like a hackle. It actually goes back the way. That's the way you want to tie it in. So let's go back up the shank a little bit, catch it in. Okay, that's that done. Now we're going back up. I'm going to put a wee bit of thread just behind the eye of the hook, because obviously we're building that up. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this. You can touch and turns it, which is what I'm going to do today, because we're using the core of the frits as the body of the fly. So just work it with your fingers. You could just put some dubbing on it and rib it. Do that if you wanted. That says that I'm doing a touch and turns because I like lots of wee legs. So I've got one more to go, and then we'll tie that off. Right, I'll just trim that. Okay. Now, as I've said in previous videos, I always do a little whip finish for the sake of a couple of millimetres of thread, it kind of, if you were to snap the thread here, it would all unravel and you'd need to start again. So it's the same with the Shellback. So all I'm doing is pushing it. Now if you don't like it that way, you can trim the top bits off, but I like to push it down and then use the Shellback to push it out to the sides. So just pulling the Shellback over and we'll tie it in. Right, we'll get 4 or 5 wraps. Pull it and trim it. It makes it neater. So the same again, we've got a couple of rogue strands there, so just pull them back. If they don't want to go back, then we'll just trim them off. Right, same again, another little whip finish. And you can see, oh, there's a nice hair there. You see that? And it's gone now. Okay, so you can see that the legs, there's a bit of UV in among that as well, and it is just really simple, to be honest. And you could use a wire if you want for doing the rib. I know some people like a bit of wire, but I prefer to use nylon because I like that translucent, transparent effect on the back. And then we'll just tie that off. And then just a little whip finish or 2, as always. I always do 2. So we'll do 1, 2, and there we go. So it's a really simple fly. As I said, you can put more lead on it if you want to make it heavier, or you can just leave it, but that looks great there. You've got to agree with me, come on, does that not look great or what? Don't have to just dye them in pink. I'm going to show you, I had an orange one lying about somewhere, don't know where it's gone to. It was on my desk but it seems to have disappeared, so I'll just put this one back in. But yeah, you can do it with orange, you can do it with olive, because a lot of olive nymphs, I mean I actually tied a couple up using that, which is like a coral, candy coral. You can tie it with olive as well. There's a little orange one there, you can see it, and that's tied with candy coral, but it's also got this sort of shiny Shellback, which is a wee bit different. So yeah, but yeah, first video back, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button please, helps the channel. I'm up at 8,000 subscribers now. I do want to do more videos. I need to find the time. A lot of the times I've got 2 jobs in the go and I'm not even getting to go fishing much, but plan is I'm going to try and do 1 video a week. So as I say, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, it's much appreciated. It helps me, it helps the channel, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. So have a good day, go and catch some nice fish, and hopefully 2025 is going to be a good year. Alright, thanks very much, cheers guys, speak to you later, bye bye.